Welcome to the Public Health Academy. Today I'll be discussing how to do case control study design part 2 using Microsoft Excel, and we're going to calculate an odds ratio. This is the practice problem, which was featured in the previous videos. If you haven't seen case control study design part 1, please review that. And we'll give you information on what a case control study design is and the important equation that is used there, which is the odds ratio. Okay, so this is the practice problem. At Massachusetts General Hospital, patients diagnosed with heart disease are asked about their current smoking status. At the same hospital, patients without heart disease are also asked about their current smoking status. A contingency table is constructed based on the information that were extracted from their patient medical records. Well, this is Microsoft Excel, and we're going to calculate three different things. First off, I'm using Microsoft Excel, and if you're not familiar with their interface, I suggest that you go on YouTube to learn how to use the Microsoft Excel software and understand the interface. And when I say interface, I mean these important tabs. So like home, what's in the home section, insert, in terms of you can create tables, pivot tables. That's really important if someone is working in the business industry or healthcare industry and they're working with information such as healthcare claims insurance, and then also the different charts here. So you can create a pie chart, bar chart, I believe. Um, Sorry about that. This one over here is, a histogram, and then you have the drawing part, and if you need to erase important materials, and page layout. So with that said, we're going to do some calculations. So in the previous video, I discussed how to calculate odds ratio for the case control studies. And for the case control study, the important uh, equation that you should know is odds ratio. And what I've done here is taken that information from the previous video, and then I've just transferred it to Microsoft Excel. And this is for individuals who actually want to compute the same calculation and figure out the solution using Microsoft Excel. So in Microsoft Excel, we have stuff here called columns, and these are rows. They are across. So a row, of course, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a column is represented by the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So the first question here is, what is the odds that a patient is diagnosed with heart disease? So of course, we're looking at heart disease right here in the C column, and we see that there are 100 individuals who have heart disease, but they smoke cigarettes, and 45 individuals who have heart disease, but they did not smoke cigarettes at all. Excuse this, sorry. So of course, if we were to calculate the odds that a patient is diagnosed with heart disease, of course, you remember that formula, A divided by C, okay? But in this case, since we are in Microsoft Excel, that's given us a different function. So of course here, if you want to know where 100 is located, we see that it is located in the C5 section. So to do that, we put an equal sign because we want to compute this information. So it's C5, and then we want to divide it by, over here, C6. And that gives us 2.22 for the odds. Then the next question is, what is the odds that a patient is diagnosed with heart disease? So of course here, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to change this, sorry. What is the odds that a patient is diagnosed with no heart disease? That should be that, with no heart disease. So over here, we can see that the no heart disease section is 60 and 55. And where this is placed, this location, of course, is D14. And then this location is D15. So to calculate this, what we do is equal D14 divided by D15. And that gives us 1.09. Then, of course, they asked us to calculate what is the odds ratio that a patient diagnosed with heart disease is a current smoker compared to a patient without heart disease. So, of course, that nice formula is A times D divided by B times C. So you multiply across, but in Microsoft Excel, what I did is divide these two, and that will give you their solution. So this solution is, well, this location is C8. So that gave us that. So that gives us equals C8. And over here, this is located in C17. So that gives us the odds ratio, 2.037. Thank you all for listening for this portion for Microsoft Excel, how to calculate odds and odds ratio, specifically for case control studies.